Chapter 6 in Ecclesiastes is another bit of an existential crisis. That's this continuation from chapter 2, if you think about it, of what really should our priorities be, what really is worth it in this life. So verse 1, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men. A man to whom God hath given riches, wealth, and honor, so that he wanteth nothing for his soul of all that he desireth. Yet God giveth him not power to eat thereof, but a stranger eateth it. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease, or an affliction or a sadness, basically. So you think about this, okay? God gives a man wealth, but he can't use it for himself. Somebody else gets the benefit of it. It's kind of ironic, but that's kind of what he's talking about here, basically. But then we go to verse 3. He says, if a man beget 100 children and live many years, so that the days of his years be many, and his soul be not filled with good, and also that he have no burial, I say that an untimely birth is better than he. So this is an important point. You can have 100 children. You can have a huge family, but you know what? If they don't care when you die, if you still die alone, what's the point of it all, basically? Now, verse 4, he continues, he says, he cometh in with vanity, and departeth in darkness, and his name shall be covered with darkness. Moreover, he hath not seen the sun, nor known anything that is more rest than the other. This that hath more rest than the other. So he's kind of continuing on with this idea that it doesn't really, what is the real profit for you? If you live this life and get rid of the good out of this life because of your choices, you just kind of ruin yourself. And what's the point of that? Not necessarily what's the point of life, maybe we should off ourselves and end our life. Not saying that at all, but helping us realize what really is truly important in life. Now, verse 6, yea, though he live 1,000 years, twice told, yea, yet hath he seen no good, and do not all go to one place? We all die, good and evil. We all die. We all have the same ending. Verse 7, all the labor of a man is for his mouth, and yet the appetite is not filled. So we work to take care of our needs, but yet our needs are never met, basically. We always want more. Whatever we have now is not enough eventually. We want more. Verse 8, for what hath the wise more than the fool? What hath the poor that knoweth to walk before the living? Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit. So why, if we can't fulfill our appetites permanently, then what's the point? Is that really what we should be focusing on in this life, is fulfilling our appetites? If we're just going to get temporary relief and then they're going to be hungry again? Verse 10, that which hath been is named already, and it is known that it is man. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he. Seeing there be many things that increase vanity, what is man the better? For who knoweth what is good for man in this life? All the days of his vain life which he spendeth as a shadow. For who can tell a man that shall be after him under the sun? So it just the same idea of, well, what's the point of the things of this world if they don't continue on? If you can't get true happiness from things of this world, what can you get happiness from? That's a good question. Now let's jump over to our next chapter as we work on answering that.